channel. It's basically midnight and I've made the decision to record this now. I was actually going to record this a couple of days ago because if you haven't read the title, I'm doing the birthday book tag. My birthday was a couple days ago and I was going to post this video on that day, but I was waiting to record it because I made a birthday dress and I was like, oh, it'd be so cute if I wear the dress, and then because I was wearing it Saturday and Sunday, so I was gonna wait for one of those days and then I'm gonna record it, and now my birthday has passed, so you just get a little clip of that, and now I'm in my pajamas and it's after my birthday, so I did nothing of what I wanted to do and I'm staying up too late, but I'm still making the video nonetheless. I actually need to take my medicine. Let me do that. We'll wait. So we're doing the birthday book tag, and I'm just gonna talk you through these questions I actually wrote down. Oh, there's a bug right there. I wrote down the people. I have Color Me Red and Always Books, and one of those is the person I found the tag on, and the other is the one who made it. I don't know which is which because I just wrote that. But this is the birthday book tag, and we're talking about this because it was my birthday recently. I turned 18. So yeah. Now, enough of explaining, I should get to talking about books. So birthday cake. A book with a plot that seems cliche but you love anyways. Now, this is a very easy question for me to answer. Half of what I've read in my teen years is fairy tale retellings, and those are kind of like, by definition, pretty cliche, but I love them. But I looked at the books that I owned and I picked a few. These are all ones that don't deviate from the plot that much. I picked 2 Cinderella retellings and 1 not. Most of what my favorite retelling to read is Cinderella. But yeah, so we have right here Rumpelstiltskin by K.M. Shea. And K.M. Shea, she writes really good fairy tale retellings, and they are often like kind of funny, and they don't have something like one big grand twist. It's very close to the fairy tale, but just more novel-like than fairy tale. But this is one of my favorite books. It's brought me so much joy, and I haven't reread it since I got the physical copy, but yeah, I'm not gonna describe the plot for this one because I don't know how I would do that, and it's midnight, and also it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and like I said, that's kind of all you need to know about it. We'll put it behind this. And then another one I have is Enchanted. You've probably heard of this. This is about a Cinderella retelling, and her curse is to be obedient, and she doesn't like her curse and she wants to break it, and it's about kind of that and her trying to find her freedom within her curse. And this is my favorite book as of right now. I haven't reread it recently, but it's so good and I love it. And then I also have My Happy Marriage. This is also like a Cinderella story, but it's more of like after Cinderella gets married and as she deals with the trauma that having such a crazy family would give. And it's really good, it's really sweet, and the growth, even in the 4 volumes that I've read, is really good. And it's really just stunning too, like the art. I'd really recommend. I mean, look at this cover. I love the covers of these. So yeah, those are a couple ones. Those are some of my favorite fairy tale retellings. Not all of them, but a couple of them. And then we have Party Guest, your most anticipated new release. So I'm holding up Vampires Never Get Old because I can't wait for the 3rd book in this series, which is Fairies Never Lie. I'm so excited for this to come out, and I'm reading through Vampires Never Get Old right now, and it's making me even more excited because of how much I enjoy it. I really love fairies. Like, in this past year, I've really realized that I love fairy-centered stories. And so I'm excited to see something that explores like the different tropes of it, because it's something I'm just getting into and I'm really enjoying, so I think that'll be really fun. And that's the only one I put. There's a couple releases that I have like marked, but that's the one I'm by far most excited for. I'm also really hoping that Olivia Atwater, post releases another book this year, but I don't have any definitive knowledge about that. So then the next question is birthday present, a book that surprised you with how much you loved it. I put Mirrors of Ice, which I don't have the copy on hand. Like, I just picked it up because I was on a trip and the book was only $1 on Kindle, and so I picked it up and it sounded like interesting, and then I just loved it, and it brought me to this whole new series, which has another one of my favorite books. This is Sands of Deceit in the same series, which didn't surprise me with how much well, actually it kind of did, because this fairy tale wasn't familiar to me, but this is actually a signed copy. The author did a little sale thing and I got a signed copy of it, and I'm really excited about it. I love it. It's delightful. I also put 10,000 Stitches. I read, which I also don't own the copy of, but I own it from its companion series, which would not. I read Have a Soul, like, when I first, like, blew up, and I really enjoyed it, and then I just never continued with the series, because I didn't have Libby then, and my library didn't have it, and I didn't care enough to spend money on it, especially. And then just like when I was thinking about it again, I was like, well, it must not be anything special, because like, people read Have a Soul and then they just kind of didn't continue on with this series. Like, they all said, like whenever I'd hear about them talking about it, like, yeah, I'm saving it because I know I'll love it, but they never, like, no one went into it. And then I read it and I really loved it. 10,000 Stitches might be equal to Have a Soul for me. I'm not sure. I think I personally, like, I really like sewing, so I like that aspect of it, and I really like the unique themes that she did, because this has a big theme of anger, and how anger is sometimes good because it motivates us and not just, it's like something to be like, you know, like how we think of anger. I don't know how to describe it, but it's something that could be used wisely. It can be something that motivates you. So that was really interesting, and I really liked the romance. It was cute and funny and sweet. So yeah. Next is Birthday Song, a book that deserves all the hype it gets. We have, I'm doing a terrible job at explaining these books. I'm not going to go back and do it, but just know I'm really bad at that. I have Have a Soul and Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, both of which you probably know about, but I loved Have a Soul. I reread it this year. It's still so good. I love it. It's so sweet and romantic, and I think it, like, what people say about it, it does cover really well, and it's really unique and so good. Have a Soul is about this girl named Dora, and when she's little, a fairy takes half her soul away, and her cousin, like, basically when they're older, like, she can't, like, because half her soul is away, she doesn't socially act like people expect her to, and that kind of makes her undesirable to get married and causes problems with her aunt. And then her cousin, who has good marriage prospects, is like, let's go to London. And she wants to go to London so that she can meet the Lord Sorcerer, so she can break her curse. And the book's kind of about that, and kind of about, like, looking at society for its flaws, but not abandoning it because of that. So that was really fun. And then Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, it was really good. I loved it. It was fun. I love, like, manga and art. Like, it's explored art a lot, and that was really cool. Like, I am a very creative person, and I mean, I've tried to YouTube it, but it's so hard to do. But like, I made the dress at the beginning. I did that journaling page. Like, this is some examples of my creativity. But it was really fun to read about that, because I haven't read that much about that. And it was also like really interesting. Like, and the plot twists were fun, and it was really like, I like the style of it. I also like the dichotomy of the cultures, and I like just everything is so good and so fun to read. And to describe what this is about, a situation happens where this girl Yumi and this guy Painter, they kind of like switch bodies for a while, and then the other one has to follow around them at the soul, and they're kind of trying to figure out how to fix that, and like how to behave in the normal life so that nothing goes too bad. And it's a really good book. That's not a good way to describe it, but it was good. I really enjoyed it, and if you haven't read it, I think you should. And then we also have, the next question is Happy Music, a book with beautiful and memorable quotes. And for this I put The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu. This is a short story collection, mainly with fantasy or sci-fi as the genre, and they're really good. Like, I sincerely feel like you could open up any page of this book and find a banger of a line somewhere on it. And like, this is the book that like made me realize like how important prose are, and so it's kind of ruined some books for me, but it's so fun, and like I so enjoyed the book, so I would highly recommend it. And so yeah, that's that. Getting Older, a book you read a long time ago but think you'll appreciate more now as a more mature reader. I'm working to be a more mature reader right now, so it's kind of hard for me to answer this, but I did finally come up with Annie's Baby. This is a diary of an anonymous pregnant teenager, and it's about this teenager who gets pregnant and kind of her journey through that. And I read this when I think I was a preteen when I read this, and so it's really interesting for me to dive into that, and I think it was good for me to read. Like, even though I hadn't talked to anybody then, it's good for kids that age to know consequences and the reaction, and I really enjoyed it. It's on my like favorite childhood favorites little section of my shelf, so that is pretty awesome. And I just think like I have grown up, and so reading it now, I think I would have different views on that, but the thing is, I don't remember what I thought about it. I just know I was like, yes, this is good. But yeah, I really like diary fiction. Okay. And I already described that book. Good. This final question is a book that made you happy during a difficult time. And the first book I put on this, I'm not going to dig through that pile, is Ella Enchanted. I read for most of my life, and like, I had the strongest desire to read. So I tried so hard, and I wanted to read chapter books way too early, but I tried so hard. But my life, like, I dissociated a lot when I was younger, so I'm just kind of counting my entire childhood as a difficult time in my life. So just some childhood favorites. I really loved the Dear America series as I got older. They're really fun. They're diary, they're historical fiction, and I just really enjoyed it. This is one of my favorites. It's Standing in the Light, the Capitude Diary of Catherine Carey Logan. and this is about a girl who gets taken by Indians. There's another one about an Indian reform school that I really liked. I also really liked the Oregon Trail one, and the first one I read was the one about the girl who is blind, but they're really good and they have fond memories for me. Another series that I really liked, this was when I was a little bit younger, is Ellis Island Days. It is a Hades travel book. This is the first one I read of the 4-book series, and I ended up reading them all. This one holds a special place in my heart because it's the first I read, but it's really sweet and short, and it's really interesting. Like, I liked a lot of historical fiction when I was younger, which is funny because I don't read historical fiction anymore. And then when I was like 6, I loved me some Junie B. Jones. I was Junie B. Jones one year for Halloween. She's so funny and she talks so silly, but you know, it was really great, and I just had a grand old time. So yeah, those are some books that I look back on fondly. So yeah, let me pull my little stack up. Some of these I made a mess, so never mind. But those are the books I have for the birthday book tag. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to Color Me Red and Always Books for introducing me to this tag. Thank you to all my family who have supported me through these years. Thank you to these authors for writing these books so that I could experience them, and thank you to God for planting these seeds in my heart to bring me joy and to impact my life so much. I'm really grateful for all of that, and once again, thank you to you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!